Verite News reports the newly elected Orleans criminal court clerk is suing Louisiana after lawmakers passed a bill to eliminate his position. Verite reports Calvin Duncan filed the federal civil rights lawsuit. That was today. He alleges Governor Jeff Landry and Attorney General Liz Murrill engaged in a, quote, coordinated conspiracy. Duncan believes they wanted to prevent him from taking office because of his outspoken claims the legal system discriminates against black people. The governor and AG previously said the reason for the change is because the system is just too bloated and needs consolidation.